Hello and welcome everybody to sunny Botswana, and I'm here with Tom Svensson, conservation photographer, and I decided to get rid of all these flies that we have in here right now, but I'm also going to pick his brain a little bit and understand a little bit more what does it mean to be a conservation photographer, and also why we are here, what this whole project is all about. So Tom, help us understand, what does a conservation photographer mean? What does it mean?
Well, for me, it's rather simple, because when I started taking photos, I did it with a purpose. So I actually didn't pick up the camera just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I work with conservation, and I've done for many years, and realized that within the NGO I worked, we did a lot of good, but it wasn't enough. So I felt I would like to try to influence people even more. To see what's going on. So I thought, what can I do to get to people? So I thought, well, first writing. Well, I thought, yeah, written 1 or 2 books, but I'm not a good writer. So I thought, why not photography? And so I picked up the camera, and it worked perfectly. And my photo skills, I wouldn't say skills, my ability to get people to react has proven to be rather good. So that's why I'm definitely so happy that I did, and I reach out today.
Yeah. So you're basically using the images to get people's attention and get the message out as well.
Yeah.
So what do you see as are the 3 top areas where we have problems today in the world, according to your opinion? What are the top 3 areas?
The 3, without any doubt, is habitat loss, which means we lose a lot of habitat. I mean, look at this amazing place we are in here, and we are losing habitats rapidly. That is the single biggest problem we got.
Yeah.
The second, in my point of view, is how we drain nature and its resources, and that is a problem.
Yeah, and that's including mining and so on.
Yeah, delogging, everything. Yeah. We are poisoning rivers and the sea and everything. So that is and the third one is actually, I would say, people's greed. The mankind greed, which means for us it doesn't matter what we do as long as we get money and power. If we ruin life of animals or even humans, we don't care, as long as we get the money we want.
So a little bit kind of like people buying ivory not because we need it or we have some use. It doesn't cure cancer or anything. It's just to show off.
Yeah, it's a show off, and that, in fact, I would say, when it comes to animal part, 100% of everything that goes into the illegal trade is just show off.
Yeah,
because there's no medical purpose, and there's no way of getting it to actually, there's no way we prove that animal parts actually help human beings.
No.
We know plants do, but not animals. So it's all about our greed. We want to show our power and our influence and how much money we gain.
Yeah.
If these 3 factors wasn't there, I promise you we wouldn't have a problem with these habitats.
Yeah.
Or the nature, or even within people.
Yeah. And so so here we are now in Botswana. I'm helping out with this project. So tell me a little bit about what are you trying to do with this project? What is this?
Well, I've been doing so much of illegal trade and anti-poaching for many years now, and suddenly I realized when you're out, because I've been out in the bush a lot, you realize that in nighttime there is stars walking around, but they're elusive stars, beautiful stars, but we rarely see them, and we definitely don't see them in their natural habitat during night. So I wanted to kind of put the light on these stars to see if we can get people to understand how valuable these species are and what we need to do, because also these are declining tremendously. And that's when this idea started a couple of years ago. And then I was fortunate to meet you, and we started joking about, And I said, I need, because in this project, it's a very complex. Eventually you will understand how complex this is. But I needed a light master, the master of light. And who's the best to get? Well, Anders, and I'm lucky to know him. So
Thank you.
I needed that to even try to pull it off.
Yeah.
And now we've been here and we're doing it after all this planning and working, and suddenly it's happening. And actually we are getting successful, which is for me fantastic.
Yeah. So we've had about 12 cold, long nights with less results, because these animals are, as you say, very elusive, and they have their own minds and they do what they want, not what we want.
No.
And we have a huge wilderness here where we are trying to track them and find them and trying to make them do what we or kind of predict what they're going to do and be
predict is a good word for it.
Predict what they're going to do and be there when they do it. So 12 days, 12 long nights and days, but last night we actually had a little bit of a breakthrough.
We had a nice breakthrough. It was
really nice.
We were happy last night.
Yes.
Tell you that, guys, we were happy because we got one of the most elusive there is, especially nighttime.
And so my question to you is that, okay, so we are now in this wilderness with wild animals. They're not habitated. I mean, they're not used to animals. Why wouldn't you choose a park or a game reserve where the animals are habitated and they're used to humans, and we could have done this in 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, oh definitely. We could easily have done it.
Yeah, so why not?
Because I would like to show people, first of all, animals don't behave like they think they do in habitated or in small enclosures or in small areas. Wild animals are wild.
Yeah.
They're scared of us.
Mm.
So if we want to work with them, we have to have extreme patience and we have to be very careful. But I want to show them out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
And so people don't get the wrong idea about animals. I mean, big animals you do not approach.
No, they actually approach us.
Yeah.
I mean,
when we do anything like that,
two nights ago when we were setting up gear in the middle of the night, we had this one or potentially two male lions getting a little bit too close, in my opinion. But anyway.
Even for me, I must admit, even in my comfort, they got a bit too close because I was kneeling down trying to fix the camera, and when I hear behind me the growling coming closer and closer, and in the end I would guess 10-15 meters, and that for me sitting down was too close. So then I stood up and we
jumped into the car.
We moved out of there.
We aborted the mission. So again, so we're gonna have these pictures, and so what's the purpose of these pictures? How do you want to? Why do we take these pictures? I mean, in order to help out with this message. How are you thinking there?
Well, again, we are showing species that are rather rare, and well, sometimes you see them during day, but they are nocturnal.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to show. And we shouldn't forget, even if we don't see animals, they are there and they might suffer. We've got fantastic example on that in the ocean. We don't see it, but the ocean is dying, and we need to do something there. But also on land, these animals that are nocturnal, we don't see them, so we don't have the feeling for are they decreasing or increasing. In our case they are decreasing. So I want to put the light on that. Pretty funny with you around. So I would put the emphasis on it, I would say, to get people to react, and together with these fantastic companies we are working together with, I mean, via them we're going to get the message out that you can help out and we can make a difference. So we have Manfrotto as a strong partner and helping us out, and Profoto, and then also Canon. So all these three companies are. Thank you everyone, that's amazing.
So they're going to help us spread out the message on their social media, and luckily for us, these are three companies of whose products we're actually already using. So we wouldn't be promoting something that we don't use.
Definitely not. And not only use, but also love. For me, that's important.
And I think you found a new love as well on this trip, right? With the little A1.
Oh yes. I did, because I've seen animals in the dark, shot in the darkness before, but for me it doesn't look natural. There's no feeling in it. It's kind of just a flash, and it's white, and it hasn't got the colors, and it's nothing. So when I talked to you and said I would like to do this in the dark, but I don't want the flashy feeling. I want it to be that nice, mysteriously. And I must admit, when seeing the first shots in the darkness of the A1, I was amazed, and I went, "Yes, this is what I want. This is
cool.
this is a wonderful baby."
Yeah.
And also we're able to put the filters on.
Yeah, we used a CTO filter, like an orange filter,
Yeah.
to make it a little bit warmer. Yeah.
Which makes all the difference. Now
Yeah.
it looks natural. It looks well. You're gonna see.
You're gonna see.
You understand what I mean, and you're gonna understand what I mean when I say that the A1 is a new kind of favorite for me.
That's fun. But then back to what is it that the everyday person, what is it that we all can do? Some things in our everyday life. Is there anything we can do besides, coming down here to Botswana, spend time in the bush and take pictures and use? I mean,
Yeah.
there must be something that everybody can do.
Oh yes.
You did mention something about the ocean, that it's dying.
Yeah.
What's the?
Well, the pollution in ocean is enormous, and that's at the moment it's actually so bad that in 2050 there's going to be more plastic in the oceans than there is fish, and that's just because we can't take care of our litter. So please, everyone out there, don't litter. If you see anything, if you're on the beach or out walking by a river, pick up everything you see. I mean, I try to do that, and it makes. If we all did that, there wouldn't be anything out in nature.
And then especially recycle plastics. Just make sure that you take care of your
Yeah.
plastics, because they don't decompose and they're
No.
just a nightmare.
I would say every litter,
Yeah.
don't throw it away. Pick it up, bring it home, and that way we can take care of it, and
Yeah.
it don't end up out in nature.
I mean, we found when we were trying to track hippos, which is not that easy because they have these huge tracks, but anyway, we also found some old fish nets
Yeah.
lying there, these really fine,
Yeah.
thin old
Which
fish
the
nets.
small animals will tamper up in, the birds would tamper up, and they die from it.
Yeah,
So
and this was
it's-
actually blown up on the shore, and it was up in the on a log.
So that's one thing. I mean, think of what you do when you are doing your normal work.
Yeah.
Also think when you're out shopping. Say, for instance, palm oil.
palm oil, yeah.
Don't buy products with palm oil. I know that we could talk about for hours. I know that, and especially me that's been so involved in it. But my advice to you all, it doesn't matter if it's RSPO or whatever they say, if it's marked anything, don't buy it.
Because there are a lot of alternatives.
Yes,
And
definitely.
And do we need it? I mean, is it necessary to have
No.
palm oil in the
No.
products? Does it make?
No.
So
It's just
it's cheaper.
It's a cheap product. It's not harmful in any way, but it's cheap, and that's why they're changing the more expensive oil to this one. But the cost is so
Back to greed.
greed again.
Yeah.
But also remember that you are in power. You got the power, because it's not the big companies that's going to tell us what's going to be in that product. Because if we all tell them we don't want palm oil products, I promise you, and we stop buying them, they won't produce them.
Yeah.
It's very simple. We have the power, and I think we should use it even more. That's why I love social media, because we can get out there and we can affect and change habits and influence companies, big companies, because they are only counting money. And if we all say, you're not going to get my money, and if
They'll turn to where the
hundreds
money
of
is.
millions of people say that,
Yeah.
they will change, I promise you.
And one last third thing that we can do. So we talked about recycling plastics and litter. We talked about not buying palm oil. Is there anything like when you're out being a tourist?
Oh yes, yes, that's one of the big things. It's grown a big industry because we travel so much today.
Yeah.
And one of the big industries today is actually animals and humans interaction.
Yeah.
Please don't, because animals suffer so extremely. So you can interact by sitting next to a tiger, cuddle it, or having your photo taken with it. or any animal for that matter.
Monkeys or
Snakes, and they all suffer because there's thousands and thousands of tourists that want to do the same.
Yeah.
And animals dies in hundreds and thousands just because of we want a photo together with an animal.
yeah, and they make big money on it. It's a huge,
Yes.
huge industry.
And
so.
my question to all of you would be, would that photo with you and an animal be worth if you knew the animal was dying? Would you take it?
Mm.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
And if we all say to all our friends that please do not put out photos, selfies with animals, we're talking wild animals, please keep on cats and dogs and all that,
Yeah.
but we're talking wild animals. If everyone kind of says to your best friends, please don't show them,
Yeah.
take them away from social media, we're soon going to have a kind of reputation about if you put them out, it's bad.
Yeah.
And I promise you, within a couple of years, that industry is gone.
Yeah.
And we saved thousands and thousands of animals that's living in pure torture.
Yeah. So I think these are 3 very easy things to do, and this will help, especially like Palmore with the habitat of orangutans. We will stop that. And we also.
And also, don't buy animal products when you're as a tourist.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Do not buy anything, even if they say locally, oh, this is okay because these are farmed. How do you know what species it is? So please don't buy anything because we don't need it.
Yeah, no. Good. It was good
Yeah.
talking to you. It's
Very
always
nice being
very,
here.
very inspiring, and it's really something that I feel as well. It's so important topics, and it's good to be able to contribute. If not much, but at least a little bit. Small steps.
I'm happy to contribute a little, and I'm so happy to see as soon as anyone does a little bit as well.
That's all it takes.
Together we are strong.
Yeah.
So don't forget that, my friend. Good luck out there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.